Well, hey there, neighbor. It's me, Angie. Come on. I know this is going to be such a great conversation. It's 11:30 at night. I know. I know. I'm just as shocked as you are. But I had to have you come over this late because I have plans for the next few days. And, well, we can talk about other things at night that we really can't talk about it during the daytime. I know I just got your attention, didn't I? Anyway, as you're coming in, come on in here now because we have things to talk about. All right, so I have my drink. It's cranberry juice. And guess what else I have? I know I shouldn't be eating this late at night. I know. I couldn't help it. Well, I made this corn salad today by James requested it. I always make it. And if you want the recipe, I could put it down in the description. I may do that. But anyway, the reason that I'm so hyped up and can't go to sleep is because, well, I just got off my computer with Scrap with Matt. He was having an auction. Well, I was co-hosting with him, and he had found bags and bags of stuff from Old Navy that still had the tags on it, and he was auctioning it off. Brand new items. Still have the tag. I know. Well, people were buying and buying. He had jeans, shirts, jackets, kids' clothes, baby clothes, shoes, and it was just thrown in the dumpster. That still boggles my mind. Anyway, if you haven't watched Scrap with Matt's videos, go over there. Subscribe to him. Watch some of his videos. He's only 15 years old. I know. When I was 15, and I'll say it again, I was just trying to get my driver's license. That's all I cared about. I wasn't thinking about going to a dumpster, saving things from the landfill. No. I want to get my driver's license so I could cruise around town. Yeah, I was a teenager once. I did live that life. I did. Had fun. Enjoyed my teenage years. Enjoyed my 20s. My 30s were good. My 40s were good until I started having health problems. Well, we won't get into that. That kind of brings things down. Anyway, the reason that I had you come over, and boy, did y'all come over. I know that I can count on y'all to always listen to the stories that I have to tell. Now, I'm just kind of giddy because my other neighbors that are really the ones that live around me, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if they're going to call the law because I have so many other neighbors here tonight. I know. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I know. It's crazy. Well, James is at work, working nights, and I'm here with you, and we are just going to get together and talk. Well, if you watch my other video, the last one I think, I talked about him working so many nights. Well, this is his last night of working 7. Oh, I am so thankful. Those 7 nights, they just get me all twisted. I mean, I just cannot get my sleeping pattern right. He can't get his right. And by the 4th night, we're just kind of tiptoeing around each other. Now, we can talk about that because he and I have been married 35 years. We've had to tiptoe a lot around each other. But that doesn't mean we don't love each other because I love this man. But that's for another video. Anyway, what I want to share with you tonight is family. I know. Now, my family's going to be with me. Well, my immediate family's going to be with me the next few days. I'm so excited. That's why I'm coming to you late at night doing a video because I wanted you to know in case I didn't get a video up in the next few days, you would not think something was wrong. I'm going to be spending time with my immediate family, with my son, my granddaughter, and my daughter-in-law, my daughter, my son-in-law, and of course James. I guess I'll let him tag along. But anyway, I got to thinking about family and about family reunions. I know it's a shocker, but my family still has family reunions. Now, we haven't had a family reunion in, I would say, 2 years. We used to have a first cousin reunion up until about 2 years ago. And because I was down sick, nobody else was, I guess, willing to plan it or wanted to plan it. because it was usually left up to myself and my cousin that has the farm. You know, the one that he just bought the farm and I did the videos on. If you haven't seen those, go back. He was at my live. His name is Bo and his wife is Lisa. And they're going to do great things with this farm. It has Christmas trees on it, but they're going to do other things. Have other events. And I'll be taping those also. But anyway, if there could be a fly on the wall at some of these first cousin reunions, it would be hilarious. Because my cousin and I always try to make it funnier than it really is. You know, the old saying, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. Now, a lot of us can use that term in a positive way or a negative way, or we can even use humor with it. So he and I, we always use it as humor. You know, we just sometimes, some of our family, we just roll our eyes like, where did they come from? Are you sure they're related to us? And I'm sure they do us the same way. But it's all in fun. Is it? We don't know, but we still love each other. So we would always get together one time a year for this first cousin family reunion. Now let me know in the comments if you have family reunions or get together with your families, or what do you think about family reunions? Put down there, just let me know. So we have to bring a dish, of course, a covered dish. That's to feed everybody. And it's a bunch of us because up until my brother passed away, there were 12 grandchildren. My grandmother had 4 children. Out of those 4 children, they had 12 children. And when my brother passed away, now there's 11 of us. And of course, me being in my 50s, we have children. Others have children and grandchildren. Because I'm not the oldest of the 12. I don't even know what number. I'm kind of low on the totem pole. And, but anyway, we would go and we would all meet up at my cousin's home in Jones County, Mississippi. And as we all arrived, we'd bring our covered dish and set it around. Well, my cousin, Bo, who owns the tree farm, his oldest sister come up with this great idea that we were going to have a talent contest. Now, I've often talked to you all about talent. Well, Bo and I, we were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to, I mean, we don't feel comfortable singing in front of people. Now, I could have danced, but I don't think they would have wanted to see that. We had someone to play the piano, someone to play the saxophone, you know, very musical. We had solos of Christian music, just different, you know, my cousin's son, he plays the drums, just different talents. Some people can draw, paint, magic tricks, just all kind of different talents. So he and I went round and round about, well, what can we contribute to this talent contest? Well, he looks at me and says, you write poetry, don't you? I said, yes, I write poetry. He said, well, I have this poetry book, and I want to find a poem in that book, and I think you need to get up and just read a poem. And I thought, no problem. I can get up and read a poem. Because I didn't really have a problem getting up in front of people and speaking. It was just, I didn't have anything that I thought they were interested in seeing. So he comes up with this idea that I would get up and I'd read a poem. Well, he comes to me with this book. And the name of the poem was The Lady in the Red Dress. Well, I thought nothing about it. I just grabbed the book, read the name of it, and said, okay, I'll read it. I didn't bother to read what The Lady in the Red Dress was about. Now, I think that was the name of it, but I can't be for sure. It may have had other words there. I don't know. So, every couple of people go and they sing, and one person plays a musical instrument, another person does magic tricks, you know, just on and on. And then all of a sudden they call my name. And Bo decides he's going to introduce me because, you know, he and I are supposed to be doing this together. And his part was just to introduce me. Now, how does that make that right? But anyway, at the time, it seemed like a reasonable thing. Okay, so then I start reading this poem. Oh, my goodness. I should have read the poem before I started reading it out loud. Okay, so I start reading The Lady in Red. Well, okay, let me just put it to you like this. The lady in red was a lady of the night. Now, it had a few things in there that was subjective and nothing real bad, but I held it together until I got to the end of the poem and I finished it. I looked over at him in disbelief that he even asked me to read it. Now, it didn't have any ugly words or, it was a really nice written out poem, and you had to be really savvy and adult to figure out what the poem was about, because the children had no clue, and it was probably boring to them. But of course, all the older adults got it and were just like aghast. And I just stood up there and read this poem, which he and I thought was hilarious. My mom, his mom, their sisters, they have another sister and an uncle, and they just couldn't believe it. Well, after it was over with, we laughed and laughed about me getting up and reading this poem. Well, the three judges, who I cannot even remember who they were, get up to announce the winner. We're just sitting there talking to each other, and all of a sudden, over the microphone, they announced my name, that I had won the talent contest reading this poem. Okay, at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, no, they're joking. I wouldn't get up and go up there to get the trophy. And they were like, no, we're serious. Come on. You have won the talent contest. Well, I had never won any talent contest in my life. So I get up there and they give away this plaque, for the winner. I got the plaque. I was just beside myself. I could not believe I had won it, which it still could have been rigged. I'm not saying it was or wasn't, but I was just thrilled that I won the trophy. So after I get over the fact that I have won the talent contest, we decide, or the whole family, it's time to eat. Now, I don't know about you all, but when I'm at a family reunion that I've ever been to, people know how to bring food. And there was a lot of food there. So we get in line, get our plates fixed, sit down. We have this big open area. And we all just sit down and talk and catch up on things, which was wonderful because I hadn't seen some of them in years. Well, the reason that I told you all this story is because, do you all have family reunions? Do you all feel more comfortable around your family than you do others? Because when I get together with my family, my first cousins, we just come up with the craziest ideas to do. Like my cousin Bo and I. Now, normally on a day-to-day basis, I would never think of doing anything mischievous. But when I get with him and the two of us get together, oh, we could think of plenty to do. I know, it's crazy. It's like you have a friend that when you and that friend are not together, you don't want to do anything. But as soon as that friend comes, oh, y'all can think of a lot of things that you want to do that you probably shouldn't do. Well, I want to know if you have family reunions. Do you like your family reunion? Have you ever had a family reunion? Just your thoughts on a family reunion. Because I'm hoping that we will once again start having them. Since I became wheelchair bound, I don't plan the family reunions anymore, and nobody else wants to do it. So it was normally left up to Bo and I to get everything, all the word out to all the first cousins that we were going to have it on whatever date we decided and all that. And we mostly ran with it and just took it over and planned it. Well, since I've been down in my wheelchair, I haven't planned a family reunion lately, but I really want to have another one because, everybody doesn't live forever, and you don't want to let too much time go by before you see each other again, because boy, did I laugh a lot that day. I have some funny, humorous family. Now, we've all made mistakes, all of us in my family. And for us to be able to sit back and laugh about it and talk about it, and knowing that we all accept each other and say, look how far we've made it. We have come a long way. And it's just like we don't see each other for a long time. And then when we finally see each other, it's like we just saw each other a day before. It's like we've never had time between us. We just catch up from where we left off years before. And we kind of decided that we just didn't want to get together when someone passed away to see each other. That's why we started planning these first cousin reunions, because it seemed like up until we started planning those, the only time that we would ever see each other was when someone passed away. And we were like, no, 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 no. We've got to get together and have a good time and talk and be together and eat and share fun things. We don't need to get together and when someone passes away and just be able to see each other then. So that's one reason that it got started. So I would encourage you, if you haven't had a family reunion in a while and you and your family really, have ever liked to get together, plan that. Now, I know some of you thinking, I don't like to see my family. I don't want to see my extended family. Okay, I accept that. I know there are people out there like that. I know there's people out there that don't even know who their extended family are. But I just wanted to bring this to you to find out what you thought about family reunions. Any kind of reunions. It doesn't matter. So down in the comments, I want you to put down there about family reunions. And remember, neighbor, what comes in this house late at night and we have these meetings stays in this house. We can't tell everybody now. About all this mischievousness that goes on at a family reunion. Angie getting up and reading this provocative poem at the family reunion. I mean, what would people say? I mean, hey, we don't want to get that word out. But anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, neighbor, so you'll know the next time that I'm coming to give you a story. Now, I have a lot of things planned for my channel. I am going to be gardening with my husband, cooking videos. I'm going to be doing outings, 2 vacations with my family. I may be going live more. That's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, neighbor, because I want you to answer this question also. Would you like to see me go live more and have a conversation with you all live? If you would, put down there, go live. We want to hear it. I may do that. But anyway, okay, neighbor, as you're going out, make as much noise as you want to. Honk those horns as you're leaving, so my neighbors that live beside me won't have a clue about what's going on over here. It'll make them wonder. I'd really appreciate it if you would do that. Okay now, till the next time, bye.